wonderful people. It's nothing. Press the wrong button to join your audio stream. Seem to have joined your audio stream. And I appear to have frozen on my own computer. Oh, it's a technical meltdown. An absolute technical meltdown. That's not ideal, is it? Hopefully, I'll be back. Oh no! There we go. Good. Well, we can begin. So, folks, sorry about a little technical glitchiness there for a moment or two. I've got a lovely exercise for you this evening. It's based around E major, but with some nice little spicy variation in there. Using these wonderful chords. Just let a few more people in. So this is our verse section using these. Nothing too testing chord-wise. And then our chorus section is going to be using E to D. So 1, 2, 3 chords for a verse, and 1, 2, 3 for a chorus as well. A simple strumming pattern. For both chorus and verse. And a relatively simple picking pattern. However, we'll throw in some little variations, obviously. But one of the wonderful things about this is theoretically what happens, because we move from the key of E major, which if you were to noodle, I believe the correct term is improvise, it would sound a little like that. And all lovely, wonderful, pretty. However, in the chorus, we throw in this wonderful D chord, which gives it a Mixolydian feel. So everything starts to sound a bit more folky, a bit more bluesy. Just a little bit more spice. Wonderful. Well, let's get stuck in. Let's look at the chords first, okay? Let's really nail all those little chord fingerings. Let's get sharing here. Ta-da! Right, don't worry about the structure for now. We're just going to zoom in on those chord windows. Now, obviously, the more advanced players will just be like, oh, I can do these so easily. However, we can take this opportunity for a more beginner guitarist to get comfortable with just changing shape, and for those of us more advanced, it's an ideal opportunity to understand the sort of theoretical idea behind it. So E is our tonic, our root in both chorus and verse. So hopefully you're all right with holding down that E major chord. Now, after that we have a very funkily named A6 add 9 and then an E major 7. but hopefully you'll be able to see that they are exactly the same thing. All right, so we've got our first finger on the 2nd fret on the G. I'll just get my pen up. So this is our first finger here, okay, in both instances. Okay, and then we've got little finger, okay, here, and then we've got our 3rd finger there. All right. So the switch from E major to those more funky chords should be pretty simple if you can keep in your head the one unifying thing, which is that our 1st finger stays on the G string for all of those chords. Okay, that's your 1st finger there every single time, and all we've done is we've added in the little finger and shifted our 3rd in. All right, so 1st finger staying in the same place. Okay, so those are the 3 chords we're using in the verse section. All open strings are played and enjoyed for ultimate folky loveliness. Now, when we get to the chorus, we are leaving these 2 behind, and we are instead going between E and the D sus2. Up to you what fingers you use to play that. I tend to play a D sus2 with 2 and 3 for some reason, but it might be more familiar to use 1 and 2, for example. If you do that, it means that you can keep your 1st finger on the G string. Hooray! For simplicity. It's really nice to have that sort of anchor, isn't it? Now this shift from E to D sus2 is what moves us into E mixolydian, okay? Because the note of D isn't usually there and present in our E major. Which is very exciting. Just let this little person in. And adds that lovely, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a little bit more emotive, isn't it? And less wishy-washy of a major. So shifting to that D chord is what makes things a little bit more interesting. So it's not that you have to completely shift. If you were improvising over it, you don't have to completely shift everything. It's just one note that is there and one note that isn't there. So the note that now is there is the D. That's pretty obvious because of the D chord. But we have to lose a note because we're substituting it for a different one. So the note that you then want to be avoiding is the D sharp. Okay, we'll get into that in a little bit more detail. And finally, the only other chord that we need is our A sus2. You could, in fact, even leave your 1st finger on the G string again there if you wanted to. Up to you. Wonderful. Okay, I reckon. Oh, hello. Let me just change to. When going from E to A6, isn't it easier to keep ring finger and little fingers on the A and D? You could absolutely do that. It's quite a stretch though, isn't it? You mean like that, like I'm doing now, right? You like that? Agreed. It's not a stretch. Well, maybe I'm just a bit wimpy, but I'm there, and I mean little and ring fingers. Oh, you mean go down to your E like this? Is that what you mean? You can absolutely do that. That's yeah. No, I love that. It's just that you've got this redundant first finger, haven't you? And it's just like, I'm not doing anything. Can't really do it, or unless he's going to play some percussion behind the neck. I like to make my possible bar. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I do that with bar chords, right? Yeah, so I have absolutely nothing against having a redundant first finger. Just like to keep them all in play wherever possible. Wonderful. I'm digressing, I think, slightly here, aren't I? Let's get rid of that for a moment, and let's. Oh yeah, I'll have to get rid of all my little drawings as well, won't I? So let's get rid of that. Clear all drawings. Wonderful. Let's look at the structure, folks. So hopefully this will make a little bit of sense. You do just need to recognise these repeat markings, which are at the end of each bar, sort of to know that when we get to the end, we go back to the beginning. So to play it as simply as possible, we're going up and down basically. Then the chorus, again, then to the A sus2, then back to the beginning. I'm just doing it down, down, up, down, up. Oh, I can't say that and strum at the same time. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then the chorus. Nice, let's do it again. This section is E major. And the chorus, which is E mixolydian. Then A. Let's do it one more time. If you just find that a little hard, just strum at the beginning of the bar, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the chorus. Do it one more time because I'm enjoying it. It's kind of uplifting. And the chorus. Lovely. Okay, so that's our little structure. Hopefully that's a little bit ingrained into your brain. You could always take a screenshot or a shot on your mobile phone. That seems to be the popular choice. And let's get into the finger picking element of this. All right, I think that would be a cool thing to do. All about the cool things. Here we go. Okay, so strumming wise there, I was doing down, 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 up, down, up. It was a little bit more different than that, in the sense of I was shifting where I was strumming. I was going sort of low, high. It wasn't just all the strings. It was like low, high, low, high. Okay, but ultimately down, 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 up, or counting 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, which works very nicely as well. So if we would translate that into finger picking, we could simply do this: thumb, thumb for the downs, because a thumb stroke is like a down, right? And then for down up, we could go thumb, finger, thumb, finger. In this instance, we're going to go thumb, index, thumb, middle. So thumb, 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 index, thumb, middle. And that is in replacement of down, 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 up, down. We're now going. Okay, the reason I'm teaching you it like that is because that has more relevance than, and more sort of ability to be transferred and moved around than saying to you strings, okay? Because it's a little mechanical system, like a little movement that you can move around. So try and have in your head thumb, 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 index, thumb, middle, or down, 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 up, down, up. Now let's talk strings. So I'm starting with my E major chord, and I'm going to play E, D. Okay, down, down, or thumb, thumb. And then for the down, up, or 3 and 4, and I'm going to play E, G, D, B. Thumb, index, thumb, middle. E, G, D, B. Some of you would have played that a mazillion times. But actually, sometimes it's just enough. Yeah? Because there is a difference between and this. The difference being we're accenting different notes. We're thinking about the tone and I'm not even going to use the word timbre because it's just pointless and weird, really, isn't it? But we're thinking about the tone, the way that we attack the note. Okay, and it just brings it to life. So simplicity works absolutely fine. However, I will show you other different ways to approach it. Let's recap very quickly. These are our chords. And okay, this was our strumming pattern. Down, down. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and or down, 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 up, down, up. Our picking pattern is down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Thumb, thumb, thumb index, thumb middle, thumb, thumb, thumb index, thumb middle. Or E, D, E, G, D, B, E, D, E, G, D, B, E, D. Let's play it round and then we'll start adding some additional layers. Let me just check. Wonderful. Yeah, let's just play that round and then we'll add some more picking layers to it. All right, folks. So I'm going to strum it round first and then I'll pick it. And then I'll strum it and then I'll pick it. You can strum it or pick it, or you could strum and pick at the same time, or you could sit back and have a cup of tea. Totally up to you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. picking for me. No problem, man. Get to that in a mo. Then the chorus. So I'm going E, D, E, G, B, D. D, E, G, D, B, E. 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 D, E, G, D, B. Then when we get to the D, craziness. I'll get to that in a second. Fantastic. So let's talk about the D chord. So what we're trying to do is think in sort of strumming pattern terms more here, where it's downs and ups, so that you can translate it and move it around. So when we get to the D string, really all we want to be doing is the same mechanism of down, 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 up, or thumb, thumb, thumb index, thumb middle. Okay, so that can change how we approach things, and give us sort of infinite different possibilities. What I would suggest, and I'm conscious that I might have frozen again, but I'll plough on anyway because I presume you can all hear me anyway. Good, fantastic. So what I would suggest is to play thumb on D and then G, okay, and then thumb on D, index on B, thumb on G, and middle on E. Okay, and the reason for that is because it sort of keeps the flow going. Okay, but there's no reason why you might want to go thumb on the D and G and your index on the G and your middle on the B. That can have a nice kind of Nick Drake kind of vibe. The reason for that, again, is because we're trying to keep things as a movement again, rather than trying to think in strings all the time, because it means that you'll find it easier to sort of break out of playing exactly the same pattern. If you've ever learned a piece of music, finger picking piece, or whether that's instrumental or a song, note for note, you'll notice all these tiny little variations. And I think, presuming I'm not completely weird, that's because most guitarists who have sort of played for a certain amount of time will have particular patterns, and they'll just vary from those patterns, not by sort of throwing in something completely random, but by just shifting the movement slightly, shifting to different strings, or maybe switching fingers, but the motion is still usually pretty similar. So let's try and break out of it slightly and look at some different options of how we might do that, okay? So if we take that verse section, because that's pretty solid. The first place to start would be to switch where the thumb plays. Okay, there all I was doing is playing E, D, E, D, E, A. Okay, and that takes zero effort. Partly because obviously I've done that for a while, but mainly because it's exactly the same motion. I don't really have to engage brain that much, because my thumb is still moving, that sort of motion in the wrist still going down and up. Equally, maybe I want to play the same note. So just by experimenting with thumb, shifting to different strings, but just being aware it's the same motion, everything can sound really complicated or just have a lot more variety to it. What else can we do? Well, we can start switching fingers as well. There's no reason why we can't just lose that second finger and just our upstroke be our index finger. That can be really nice. Especially if our thumb is changing around a lot. Or perhaps maybe we want to throw in our ring finger. We could do that instead of our second or our middle, sorry. So maybe just on the E string, but maybe we don't do it every time. And suddenly we've taken this very repetitive pattern of, oh no, sorry. And we've now got this. Now, if you can then throw in a couple of sort of more banjo-y rolls, like, for example, going ring, middle, index, thumb, okay, going across, say, E, B, G, D, in the same even number of notes, then you can really make things sound really sort of flowing and harp-like. Okay, so that would be 3 and 4 and. Okay, so for example, you could throw that in right at the end of that last chord. So you could go E, D, 3 and 4 and. you could put it as shortened notes. There's a million different ways that we can approach that. But ultimately, you can sort of layer that on top. But most simplistic way of doing it is 3 and 4 and. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 2. So that was just doing it twice in the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and 2. Or we could do it at the beginning of the bar. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's basically like being a drummer, isn't it? But without having to play a ridiculously antisocial instrument. That's how I see it. Lovely. Okay. I hope that does sort of settle in with a lot of you guys. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is, rather than learning something in a very sort of a linear and dots on a page way, like, for example, when we learn something off tab, we're sort of reading it literally. Rather than learning something very literally, we're learning little systems, little fingerprints that we can take and then apply in different ways. And ultimately, that's how we sort of, end up really, without sounding like too much of a massive hippie, but that's how we, like, it can be really free on the guitar. Trilok Gertu got his first pro jazz gig as a guitarist, even though he had never played one before. He played it like drums. Well, that's cool. I don't know who Trilok Gertu is, but I will now go and find out. It sounds like I should do. John McLaughlin's drummer. Ah, tough job. Oh, fantastic. I think finger picking, though, particularly, obviously I know I have a percussive slant, but I really do think finger picking is a particularly percussive or rhythmic thing. Yes, I am a hippie. Can't help it. Great. Okay, cool. Let me just check we're all good over here. I don't know what just happened to my little live stream there. Hopefully I'm still going. Let's I'm just going to drop back. Give me two ticks. I don't quite understand how I get back to my live thing here. Oh dear. What a schoolboy error. Edit video, there we go. Let's see if I can do anything about that. I don't really know how I do that. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Fantastic. All right, let's have a little playthrough. And yeah, I think that would be a nice place to finish. I haven't really delved in too much to the theory side of it, but if you are improvising over it, then just try and be aware that there is a change in the sort of chorus section, but doesn't mean that we've like shifted key in a sort of a Westlife getting up out of their stalls. It's not that. It's just we've added another little cheeky note and chucked one of them out, which just changes the flavour of things. Let's give it a go, folks. I'll switch between strumming and picking. You can do whatever you want. Just make sure you enjoy it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. To the chorus now. really hear that change, can't you? That flavour change. Yeah. Here comes that A. Chorus bit, the D. Lost count a bit, but here comes the A. Comes that chorus bit. Then the A. Wonderful. There we go, folks. I really hope you enjoyed that. Even if you just take the chords or the picking pattern, I hope you got something from it. Thank you so much for coming along and supporting with Patreon and coffees and just turning up generally. Very, very grateful. Just an FYI, I will be performing and doing workshops in the Guitar this Thursday in Epsom and next Thursday in Birmingham. If any of you are near Epsom, an absolute pleasure, John. Thank you very much. If you're near Epsom or Birmingham, and then please come on by and have a chat, play some guitar. I'm there with Ibanez and another guitarist called Pete Kent, who's very, very good. So even if you get really sick of my guitar playing, he's there, and he's really great to listen to. Nice to talk to as well. A nice refreshing change from me. Anyway, thank you so much. An absolute pleasure. I appear to have frozen again. Oh my word. A technical difficulty today, isn't it? Anyway, see you next week, folks. Thank you so much.